Are you about to train?
No, well, we're here in a couple hours.
So you've started your prep for Olympia now?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I actually feel great. So, I mean, everybody's gonna say that, but truth be told, I'm like shocked with how good I feel right now. And I'm talking about mainly just like health-wise.
Joints.
Everything, just feeling good in my body. I don't feel huge and I don't feel small. I feel like really good. Like my updates this morning, like I never post updates, but I'm probably gonna do a couple pictures tomorrow or the next day.
Do it. People love it.
Yeah, I mean, it'll stir some hype, right? But I feel
absolutely.
good. Training's been good, and obviously we have this gym here, and I'm loving the energy that everybody's bringing. Like, it was cool to train here by myself, like Matt and some of the other pros.
For
like the Arnold and Detroit.
That's Grego, right? Matt Grego?
Yeah. But you know, having a Tampa Pro this past weekend, having all the Olympians in here and the pros, and then now we're open to the public.
So is today your first official day, or was it Monday?
Well, kind of. It's our soft opening day. So Wednesday we open it up to the founding members, the ones that like went ahead and applied for memberships. And then today's our soft openings where like people can actually come and check it out and stuff now too. So we'll do a grand opening at the end of the year after the Olympia. But this year for the Olympia, I haven't even announced this yet. But we're gonna have literally the potential for 6 Olympia champions training in this gym at once the last 4 weeks into the Olympia.
That is insane.
I won't name names because as soon as I do, people will go, what? That's crazy. And like literally every division, like open bodybuilding, classic, men's physique, wellness, bikini, and women's physique. We will literally have all the best of the best here.
That's freaking insane.
And then of course you.
Yeah, I'll be here as well. Wow. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you so much for chatting.
Yeah, you look great. I hope to see you in here all the time.
The gym is awesome, Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I am here at Champs Elysium. This is Derek Lunsford's brand new gym. I believe it opened on Monday. It's located in St. Petersburg, Florida. So I'm so excited to check out all of the equipment. There is so much stuff here. No one has really been in this gym and had an opportunity to play around yet. I have seen so many machines that even I don't know like how they work. So I feel like I'm spoiled for choice with exercises today. So it has been 7 days since my last competition. I'm feeling much more energized. I'm already back up 5 pounds. I've put on a healthy amount of body fat in the last week, just trying to kind of normalize like my hormones, get my energy levels back, sleep a little bit better. So I am feeling so much better since last weekend. So today's workout really is just going to be something fun. I'm going to go through and show you all of this incredible new tech equipment. That's primarily what they're using here. They've got a couple of other things as well, but predominantly new tech. And I think one of the cool things about this equipment is that it's very adjustable. So I've used it at different gyms all over the place. So today you're going to see me probably struggle through and try and work out how to use some of these things, but we'll hit a bit of everything today. So I'm obviously going to focus on my glutes, but we'll do quads, hamstrings, chest, back, just all of the stuff. So it'll be a nice long session today. I'm thinking maybe 10 exercises just because there's so much cool equipment. And I'll give you some tips, tricks, talk about how you can optimize your own training. And if you've got questions at the end, make sure that you drop comments and I will absolutely get back to you. I don't even know where to start, guys. This is ridiculous. Okay, I pick a muscle. Let's start with the glutes. I've never used this piece of equipment before, but I already like it. So you know my pet peeve is when you get on an abduction machine and like your knees aren't touching. Well, look at my knees. So we're already off to a good start. Ooh. I feel like a little kid. And I can actually reach the handles. Oh my gosh, this is so good. All right, so that was really very comfortable. I like how close the handles are. It is, and it does have quite a large footprint though. So this is probably not something that you could have maybe in a home gym, but man, I would still consider it if I had the space because that's such a nice, smooth machine. So I'm working up to like 20 reps for this exercise this morning. Again, just to kind of refresh, rehash rep ranges. Generally speaking, for hypertrophy, if you are trying to grow muscle, you want to focus on somewhere above 8. And technically speaking, You can go all the way up to 90 repetitions if you wanted to. I don't think that's a very efficient way to train, but based on research, we've seen that even low loads or as low as 20% of your known 1 rep max can still lead to similar or equivalent outcomes as training with high loads. So it just means that we've got so much flexibility to work within whatever rep range you like. The key is proximity to failure. So making sure that you're training with a high degree of intensity and effort, and taking that muscle close to failure. You can get very good results. So I like 20. I don't know what it is about it. It's almost like an uncomfortable, you get a little bit of a pump. Ooh. Oh, that is beautiful. Okay, now I might have to come here more often. I've just put my ankle strap on, and it has this little kind of cable thing here. And because you're kneeling, you don't have to kind of brace and stabilize. So it really does eliminate a lot of that quad engagement that you would achieve if you were just standing and using a regular cable. So this is a combination of glute max and glute medius. So I can still feel my max getting activated, but it's definitely a little bit more over here. Oh, okay, let's go a little stronger. So, okay guys, we were just finished watching the Texas Pro yesterday, and so this lady here in 6th place, Brittany Gillespie, so she just won the Texas Pro. She looks fantastic. She was wearing like a green suit. I had her show, which I thought looked stunning. She's got like that platinum blonde hair, but guess what? Sorry. This is the placings from the last show that I did out in Louisiana. So I got 4th. And she got 6th, and she just won. So I'm like, no, why didn't I do the Texas show? But look, I think it's such a tough lineup. Like, the girls are all so impressive. I would hate to be a judge. I really would. So guys, just real quick on recovery and rest periods. I know that I talk about this all the time, but this might be even more relevant for unilateral exercises, or it's really slow already because you're doing 2 different legs. So you can potentially speed up your recovery time. So instead of waiting for 90 seconds or 2 minutes like you might normally on a more compound exercise, bring your rest down to maybe 30 seconds to 60 seconds between sets. It will mean that you will have a lower volume because you're not going to be as strong because you haven't had the same kind of recovery time. But as long as you are taking your subsequent sets to failure, it doesn't matter when it comes to muscle growth. So as long as you're keeping your rep range probably somewhere around that 8 or above, it's totally fine. Rest for a short period. If you're in a hurry and you got to get going, don't feel like you're jeopardizing or sacrificing gains just because you're, in a hurry. Just so I make that very clear. All right, I've never seen this before. It looks like it's a spaceship and it's going to take off. We've got some padding. I like it. Right now, I'm just struggling to click the seatbelt. There we go. All right, it slides. This is good. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, I really feel so strange. The feet position and plates moving is a little strange because now I'm almost pigeon-toed at the bottom of the movement. So maybe I just need to reposition my feet. There we go. Interesting. But I like that there's handles here. Look. Yeah. There's handles like right here. Okay, so then this pulls down. Okay. Okay. It allows you to get a really good squeeze in the shortened position, like when you bring your hips all the way into extension. I feel like I do feel it in my lower back, but I don't know whether that's I still think posturally, this is just not a good exercise for me. It just lowers my lower back. So I think because of the my lordosis, because my spine kicks back quite a bit, when I'm driving up, there is just so much pressure on my lower back. And I don't know how to, or what position I'd need to be in to kind of fix it or eliminate it. I think I prefer the standing hip thrust, like the one where you're like sitting and then you kind of hip thrust through a little bit more. I want to show you guys something real quick. So when I come up into hip extension here, just come and look at my back. So look in here. So there is so much load. So even though I'm squeezing my glutes, there is so much pressure right here because gravity is pushing down. It is loading so much of my back. And I just, again, it's because I've got that tilt. So I don't know, I feel like I've kind of avoided doing hip thrusts lately and it probably will hurt my glute gains, but it's also putting so much stress and I don't want to do that. Okay, it's called the torturous drop squat. What a name, the torturous drop squat. Ooh. Oh, wow. I don't need any weight. This is really heavy, yeah. It does fulfill its name. Yeah, this already feels like it's probably 90 pounds, like without anything on it. I'm also being super cautious right now, but that's really tough. So guys, if I bring my feet closer towards me, so if I was to squat in this position here, this is going to allow a lot more forward knee travel, and it would be heavy squat. So that's so much quad. If I walk my feet forwards slightly, I'm now introducing a little bit more support from my posterior chain. So you could do either. One is not better than the other. It just depends what you are trying to get out of that movement. So I'm going to split the difference. I wish there was like a machine or some kind of technology that you could film you doing an exercise, and like as you move through the range of motion, it like lights up on your body, like where is most active. It'd be like just putting EMG on your entire body. And I'm sure as I get down to the bottom range of motion, you just see like my erectors, like, that would be awesome though. Imagine like you'd be able to then put a person on a machine and just go, no, this is no good for you. Or at least we need to make some adjustments to where the foot position is or the handles, or we've got to change your range. Whew. Like I'm just standing here with this weight, guys, it's hard. I feel like such a pansy, but it's so heavy. I have such a affinity towards isolation exercises like the leg extension for growing like quads, just from the perspective of back health. This is the leaning back leg extension, yeah. So the cool thing about this is that, you know how when we sit on a regular leg extension and we always talk about wanting to have your feet pulled back underneath your bum in that seat to get maximal quadricep lengthening? Because you're extended, because you're like, your hip angle is open, it automatically does that for you. So you don't need to have your feet as far under your bum on this exercise because of your like mechanics. So that's cool. It's interesting for this exercise, like a leg extension, for whatever reason, I much prefer doing like 15 to 20 repetitions. And then I have a whole bunch of friends and clients that are the exact opposite. They're like, no, high reps makes me want to vomit in this exercise. And I suspect it's because it's just harder to kind of get some of that clearance of those metabolic byproducts when you're kind of seated in this position. So I don't know, I hate doing, I just did a set of 12. I don't like the heavy, higher load leg extension. So after assessing my last physique for Tampa Pro, I think I'm going to pull my hamstring volume back again, just to help in creating the illusion of bigger glutes. So I have always done so much hamstring volume and heavy too over the years. So relative to my glutes, my hamstrings are still quite a bit more thick than they need to be. So I'd been doing about 15 to 18 sets a week on hammies. I'm going to take my volume back down to like 9. So just a maintenance volume, and I would maybe even hope that 9 sets contributes to some atrophy. I don't know, it probably won't, it'll probably maintain, but yeah, I don't want to grow any more hamstrings. So back down we go, which is a shame because, you know, having more muscle mass is obviously so protective from a metabolic perspective. And it helps with your calories. Like, part of me is like, I don't want to compromise my caloric requirements, you know, for this sport. Like, I'd like to have a more robust metabolism, but I guess it's also just seasonal. Like, I don't have to stay this small forever. I can go back and train everything again with more intention and more variety. Like, I don't know, in a couple of years when I'm done with this. But yeah, it was an interesting observation. Hamstrings, too much. The next 17 programs that I write are gonna be epic. Okay, I really like this, but I'm not doing it today. I want to do the single leg press over here, but that's very comfortable. Oh, I really like this. So there's bands here. So if you come around and take a little peek. So these aren't necessarily needed to be used, but I'm guessing Derek's been using this. So yeah, they've got the banded attachment set up right now. So they've even got like the little holsters to put your bands. It's just really smooth. Or you can do plate loaded or a combination of both. It just keeps constant tension throughout the movement. It's not necessarily superior than just doing a regular plated. It just feels really nice, and it's another way to train. There would be women, I can tell you, that would not be able to lift some of the weights that just the machine or the load is. Like, I'm genuinely challenged by a lot of these without putting anything on. And the other cool thing about this range, as I was saying before, you can adjust just about everything. So if you have really long arms like Sam does, you can adjust the bench support or the chest support so that he can actually get more range of motion. Some of them are just in a fixed position. So you grab the handle and he'd be already starting with like a bent elbow. So he's really doing a partial range of motion row to get full lengthening like he would need it out here. So yeah, that is cool. I'm gonna adjust it all the way in. Oh, you can also do a seated version as well. This is probably not ideal for ladies because of me. Yeah, I normally don't do chest supported row, just female. Doesn't really work very well, but that one kind of just sits below. So I could now include it back into my programs again. I haven't done that in years because most gyms don't necessarily accommodate that. So yeah. Okay, single leg press. Got the handles here, they got the handles here. I love the variety and the options. You can slide yourself forwards or back. And again, accommodate different lever lengths. I usually go pretty close so that I've got a nice right angle here, which is then a lot more quad focus, but you can also still adjust. This is still an amazing glute exercise. Like, I will program this movement for glutes. I'll still assign some volume to the quad because obviously it's getting a good workout, but I always feel it so bad without this exercise. So see that range of motion? There is so much lengthening through my glute here. It's just incredible. So the lady that we measured glutes down in Fort Lauderdale, she just won the Tampa Pro and also the Chicago Pro. Just so cool. So she's just kind of got her pro qualifier and now she's winning shows and she's in the Olympia. It's amazing. So I was watching her stories the other day and she's out there leg pressing single leg 5 plates. And then she's leg pressing regular bilateral movement. I think she had like 7 plates aside. And like looks effortless, by the way. So I'm just like, I miss training like that. So there's a chain here, so I mean this is great if you have a back injury where you are unable to do any spinal loading exercises because the belt basically attaches around your hip. So all the load is from here down. So you don't get any of that discomfort and pain in your back. So yeah, I've definitely used this during periods of like injury, especially when I was powerlifting, oh my gosh. So they have this. You can do a single arm row on this. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this machine. You can do a bicep curl. You can do an RDL. Ooh, the RDL might be one of my new favorites. So yeah, you could definitely, and it's got a little incline on the plate too. So it gives you that extra range of motion. Guys, the programs that are coming your way. Whew. Okay, so up next, we are moving on to some of the upper body movements. This would be my favorite standing lateral raise in existence. And one of the main reasons is, first off, it's very adjustable. So you can move the pieces in and out wherever you need. But the coolest part, check out this handle. So when you put pressure out, it almost supports the back of your hand. So when I drive up, it's just such a comfortable movement. Whereas if you do one that doesn't have a handle, you're subject to flexion, like in your wrist. So this almost is like a security for the back of your wrist. And it really allows you to like isolate your lateral shoulder. So yeah, these little extra gadgets are genius. Whoever came up with this, they knew what they were doing. So when I was training with Laura Lee in Fort Lauderdale a few weeks ago, they just got this piece of equipment in and everybody loves it. The other awesome thing about this is you can do single arm as well, and you can bring it all the way across. So if I get this one out of the way, put it all the way over. So see how it kind of puts extra tension because it allows you to come across your body. So I would absolutely incorporate this single arm. And depending on your height, obviously the plate comes up and down as well. So for me right now, this might be a little bit too low. Like I might need to bring the step up just because you kind of want to have where you're hinging from directly in line with your shoulders. I probably want to come up here a little bit more and that'll help match my arm length as well. So let's do that. Oh, what a difference that makes. I really like this as well for the same reason that I liked that reverse hyperextension before, because it allows you to keep your elbows below your hips, which is just so much more stabilizing. Like you can just really ground yourself in the movement. Why is everything so good? Why is everything so good? I hate this exercise most of the time just because of the load distribution, but good. And it's still adjustable. Like you can take it depending on how wide you are or how narrow. Okay, going back to glute max. You can also, again, do a little bit of a tweak and adjustment with your foot positioning on this again. Just by kicking that toe out on a 45, it'll grab a little bit more of your medius. But I am going to do this as a strict glute max exercise today, so straight foot position. Hopefully I can lift the weight, just put on there. Okay. There is no weight on this, and it's 10 out of 10 difficult. This one's for the big kids. Glute medius, still my favorite muscle group right now. How many glute medius exercises have we done today? Generally, I would recommend not doing more than say 9 on any one muscle group. At that point, you'd probably be better, if you would like to do more volume and grow that muscle, I would recommend spreading it out over your subsequent training days. Because if you trained all of your sets close to or to failure, that should be sufficient stimulus to successfully activate, fatigue all of those motor units within your muscle. So this is probably my last glute medius exercise for today. Okay, so I think these can also be unilateral. So you can lock this in place and do 2, like bilateral, like what I just did. I believe she said we can switch this over and do just a single side. Now I see what you did. How is that?
I like it.
Yeah? Reminds me of like a banded clam, or like a, when you do your monster walks with your bands, or even a static. I think I was doing these in the gym the other night with the bands. Yeah? I've never done this before, guys. This will be my first time using a machine for a single leg hip abduction. That's not like, the crossbody. I think it's a new piece of new tech equipment as well. Whoa, so good.
Yeah.
The second leg definitely suffers. So you do have to wait a little.
Alternate which one goes first.
Yeah. I can't believe how many more exercise variations I'm going to be able to add to my program. And not necessarily because anything that we've been doing for the last 20 years is wrong. It's just, you guys know what I'm talking about. It gets boring doing the same thing. So yeah, this has been great. Give me a week, guys. I'll get rid of this. No one wants this to stick around. It's so funny. I think it's always great to aspire to be able to achieve a really tough goal. And I think that's what I love about this sport. It's so cool to challenge yourself in a way that is just so difficult. Like you have to make a lot of sacrifice. So it's like any goal really. But I think just in full transparency for a lot of women, like you might see physique competitors, myself, some of your other favorites, and it's just not realistic to maintain a stage lean physique. I know it looks cool. I love what it looks like. In fact, even this particular federation and bikini, to me, it's not as lean as what I could be in like some of the other federations. So like the WBFF, for instance, like I've been watching Hattie like the last couple of days because she's about a week out, and they award that level of conditioning. So it's even more advanced. And I love how that looks, but it's just not something that we should be striving for. Like hormonally, right now, if I went and ran my blood, I know I need to do that in the next week or 2, but my testosterone would be tanked. It'll be at 2 micromoles per deciliter. Like I will be hypergonadal. And the symptoms are pretty profound. Like when you have low testosterone, my thyroid will be like below the normal reference range. My T3, my T4, it'll be gone. And that affects how you move. It affects everything about your day-to-day life. So yeah, I'm honestly excited to be done with this competition season so I can get back to a healthier weight and train for performance again and like be motivated to go to the gym because I've got energy, because the last 5 weeks of prep, it's just really hard. It's draining. You spend any time with bodybuilders, they're not usually that friendly. And it's not because that's their personality. It's just those last few weeks, it's really hard. So yeah, I'm excited to be able to shift my priorities, focus on work now. I don't know, invest more in my relationships, spend more time being present with the people that I care about. I'm sure Sam is tired of having conversations with himself. Or just my response is, yeah.
Talk to the cats too much.
Yeah. I think he gets more out of the animals than me. So I think that's us done for today, guys. This was amazing. I'm sorry if it was boring for you. I found it really fun. I wish I could zap you all here and come and train, but this is really awesome. I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised. It's, one of the Mr. Olympias. Derek just won the Uns back in March. And he's been bodybuilding for probably a decade. I think he might have started competing around the same time I did, actually, in like 2016, 17. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was around the same time. So yeah, I mean, when you've been training for that long, you know what equipment works best and moves well with your body. So I'm not surprised. This is probably the best gym that I've ever been to in terms of equipment variety. It's a big facility. And I mean, we didn't even scratch the surface today. So I'm gonna go and enjoy myself a Philly cheesesteak and some giant mozzarella fried sticks. And then I'm gonna go and look at a house. So, bye guys.